Okay, it's 7 o'clock. I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Darcy, when you have time, go ahead and call the roll, please.
Engelhardt, Engstrom,
Here.
Malcolm, Marr, Moore.
Yes. All right. Item 3 is the pledge. So all those that are able, please stand and recite the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, item 4 is perfection and approval of the agenda. There'd be a motion to do that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Carried. Okay. Item 5 is public comment.
Hi, everybody.
Hello,
Crystal Duffy. I want to
Crystal.
introduce myself for the YouTubes. Just a really quick update on Heart and Soul and our progress. We have finished our survey part of our process, and we're spending just July to finish up talking to groups of people and interviewing people and getting more input in that kind of format. And then we're going to be spending the next few months sharing out some of our preliminary findings. We already sort of shared out at first market night. I had some flyers up. And we're going to be working on drafting our Heart and Soul statements, and those statements lead to an action plan. So we are moving along, and just wanted to share that. So if anybody has any questions, happy to take them. I'm always happy to take them at the library. If any of you haven't already talked to me and want to give me your opinion, I'm real used to hearing them now. So I would just, especially since you're actually here, I'm the city councilor working in the city clerk's office doing things. It's nicer to hear input from people who I know are doing something. But if you would at any point like to talk, it can be really casual. I just sort of take some notes to make sure I don't forget anything, or if you want it to be a little bit more, if you think you have really great things to say, we could record you potentially and add that to our Heart and Soul video that we're working on. So that's all I got. Any questions? Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Crystal. Anybody else, Harlan? Anything? Okay, well, then we'll go on then to item 6 is to set the public hearing for voluntary annexation for next month's meeting, the August 14th at 7 p.m. There'd be a motion to do that.
Do you just want to comment with the supervisors?
Sure. So this process, we're getting towards the end of it now. So we last, I think it was 2 weeks ago on Monday, I went to the supervisors meeting, and Terry Draper was there also. It was on their agenda, and they unanimously passed that to go ahead and grant that to happen for our city, which was good. And honestly didn't have to make any comments at all, because they knew that this was a wonderful thing happening for not only our town, but also the county. Yes. Yeah. So as we progress here then, and we'll have the public hearing in next month, and that should
Yep, you'll just pass the resolution, and then it will be recorded. It'll be sent into the state and the county, and that's it. They're done. So.
And they will be considered to be annexed
That-
as of this resolution vote?
Correct.
Or
Yeah. Once
have the
it's.
Sum County.
Yeah. Nope.
state?
Nope.
And-
Your resolution is the final step. Yeah. But you do need to have a public hearing, which will be at your next meeting.
The question, you ever came asking for any tips or anything like that, or did they?
Not at this time.
No,
No, we just
no,
had
no.
some preliminary talks.
Yeah.
I really admire that. This is like Quick Start. I think Dollar General, I don't think even asking for any special. General gonna put, remodeling, gonna put in. Fund the needs of the community.
exactly. You bet. And
It's a real big way too, so.
so yeah, it wasn't then right. And I know what you're saying, Larry. And as of now, we have not been approached for anything like that at all. What they really want to do is get to work.
Right.
So yeah.
So then they can after we
You bet.
have the public hearing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
I so moved.
All
We have a
right.
Public hearing.
is there a second? Is this just please?
Yeah.
So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Carried. All right, thanks. We're gonna get this thing rolling here. All right, item 7 then is the ordinance for the compact home.
After our last meeting, in regards to what was brought to you by tiny home, we would be calling it compact home. I did take your suggestions back to the city attorney. He drafted the ordinance for your review. And so I guess now's the time if you want anything changed or any further discussion before you set a public hearing for your next meeting or have your first reading, I should say.
You have a picture of the one that he has done.
He did. I got it.
And it's not going to be on wheels, right?
No.
Yeah, it's a little more permanent. I don't know. I think I like the sound of that. Okay.
Then we
So-
want to have something we can blow it up for you.
They would only be allowed in the R3. It's not considered a tiny home. It's considered a compact home. And it's only allowed on a non-conforming lot up there. So lots where a trailer would legally fit. Remember, he had the 4 lots he said that were too small for a mobile home. Those would be the lots that they would be allowed on because they would be the non-conforming based on the R3 mobile home ordinance.
And that's all he's gonna be limited to before?
At this time, based on our code, yes.
I mean, are there other opportunities if this thing takes off to grant, or what's the process to bring it back and grant?
Maybe the
Expansion.
question is, then you would put in there that he would have to take it to the Board of Adjustment and ask for a variance.
Sure.
That would be my suggestion. You would put it on your Board of Adjustment to allow or not allow.
You know, now if I remember right, that night he was here, you know, he was talking actually on his regular size lots where you could put that bigger trailer on, that he would actually build a home that would fit on that, you know.
Which he can do.
Yes, he can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
without-
because that would be within the size
Yeah.
that,
If
that we're
it
talking.
wouldn't be considered a
No,
compact.
no, they
home.
wouldn't.
No.
No.
But it would be a bigger living structure.
Exactly.
Accommodate 2
Sure.
bedrooms, more of a family.
Sure,
Right.
which he can legally do in the R3 right now.
R3 is. the
Mobile
federal
home.
court,
Yeah.
And then place else.
Nope, that
And
is
there
it.
we got,
No.
Well, this looks like it might be a little dear than mobile home, you know, in the event of a tornado or something, you know. I don't know.
seen this?
Our developer. You mean Pat Stone?
Yeah.
No, I have not sent him the ordinance because I didn't know if you had any changes. You're just
Can I see
reviewing.
the picture?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, or if there was any changes you want to make or anything you want me to take back to the city attorney to have changed
Yeah.
before we share it with Pat, I mean, we'll certainly send it to him.
So if they're a different size, I mean, there's all these ordinances about how close they have to be,
Yeah.
you know, and so it fits into all those, right? Okay. I like the look of it, you know, I think it would add, you know, be a little nice look when you come into town to have for like that there, right?
They're not very big on bay windows, are they?
oh,
One.
one. So if you guys had a chance to look or, you know, at the proposed,
Yeah, just for input
Yep,
back. If you're okay with it, then we'll just go ahead and place it on your August meeting for your first reading. Okay. If something changed, now's the time to tell me.
pretty extensive.
Okay.
second line.
Okay. Oh, I see that. Yeah.
So we don't have like an emergency shelter for them, right? So anything that mentions that.
So you're going to impose that on the park owner. See, originally that mobile home park, when it was owned by Reinhardt, his home was considered the emergency shelter.
Okay.
So he had a door, I believe, in the back of that house that was to his basement. So if there was, that was considered the shelter. So then when he sold that, he divided off the house from the mobile home park, therefore taking away the storm shelter.
Mr. Stone said he'd be very interested in us hiring him to go on or whatever.
Well, that would be on him. That's
Right.
his responsibility. He wanted us to help him find funding, I think is what he asked, which we would certainly assist in looking for that, but
So but when we speak about sheltering here, we're talking about.
we would be because there isn't one.
Right. So we can't really insist on shelter being there. I forget what the word
Right,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
It isn't.
Right.
The question on 204.8, letter B. They were talking about that A district and R district. Was that explained someplace else?
I'm sorry, 204 what?
0.8, letter B. I don't know if that was some sort of thing we had over there or not.
Right. So it's saying 20 feet adjacent to an A district, which is ag land, right?
Oh,
Or
okay.
other R district other than an R3. So if it was against an R2 or an R1, which is your multi and single,
Okay.
then it requires that minimum distance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question, Darcy, is this, is this the ordinance we got now and just added compact home to it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then whatever the other changes that they had
Yeah.
spoke about,
Okay.
which, you know,
All right.
the lot. And, yeah. So
Okay.
this is your whole R3
Okay, thank you.
ordinance.
Is there a skirting on these?
Yes, that's mandatory in the
And
R3.
it's insulated so you don't have water freezing and all that kind of thing?
It's supposed to be, yes.
Okay.
Mhm. There, I don't, is he gonna put skirting on the compact? I don't.
I don't
know.
think so.
I
I
don't
think
think
these
so.
will go right down on, slab.
Slab of cement?
Yes.
Okay, but at least it's an opportunity, it reduces the opportunity for water line freezing, sewer freezing and stuff like that.
I would think so, sure. Yeah. What do you think, you guys? You got any suggestions or, so they're on for next month and
Have a first reading of ordinance number whatever for compact home review.
Second that.
I'm already second.
it's okay.
Did you do that? Okay. You kinda timid. I just want-
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those say no. All right, that carried. Okay, so our item 8 is Iowa DOT parking on the main street. And we're bringing that up now because, you know, next year she's gonna be all tore up. And, if we want some changes or ask for some changes, we should do that now. So, which means right out front, you know, of, City Hall, all the way, through, well, let's start the parking out here is what we're talking about.
The angle. part.
The angle parking, you know. It just, what's your opinions on that? And we'll get, what we should do is you guys talk about it and then we'll go to the storekeepers and ask them, you know, but I mean, I just got a feeling, I mean, I truly don't like the angle parking.
Right.
But you know, if you switch that and go with the what do you call the other parking, diagonal, parallel, you know, what do you, would you lose? You'd probably lose.
Parking in half.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Yes, so I mean, I just. So this is more of a discussion point also.
My question, Dennis, why don't you like angle parking? If you back out slow, how many people get rear-ended by backing out from angle parking? That, to me, that's a big risk.
Yes, yeah.
What's that?
Like you're coming out of the street.
Coming out of from like that street, Green, this way. All I can say is if you go slow, you shouldn't be in trouble. There's no desire.
And you can be going slow, but people coming in are going fast,
Not
you know,
so
that's
much.
part of
Not so much here, but down there. The angle parking is actually covering that stop sign down here. And there. Through it.
So it's not Minnesota goes
Yeah.
on the weekend.
2 weeks ago, I was sitting at one of the businesses and just caught a glimpse of my eyes in a white vehicle and just not even stopped, just blew right through. And I was like, oh, I gotta go. Took off. I pulled him over. I'm like, did you not see that stop sign? What stop sign? And that angle parking is blocking that stop sign. And I think, I haven't seen the
We are making a change on that.
change
though.
on it, but I
Yeah,
haven't seen it. And
They're gonna do
you
a
have
bump
seen
out,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
but I think the other parking would be a little better source.
Maybe for a certain distance.
Yeah, can we have a mixture?
Well, I
Some-
think the four-way will be alleviated with the bump out that they've changed the design on that.
Oh.
Because that, we did discuss that was an issue with
Mhm.
blocking the stop sign.
And-
So that'll be moved back and there'll be a bump out.
They
The
don't
sign will be bumped out.
have a desire to put up street or the stoplights there, like West Union has. They're not going to do it.
I know they're going to change the angle of the angle parking. You know, if it's I don't know if it's a 45 right now, if you made it a 30, would that give you a little more visible? You know, the rear ends of the cars wouldn't stick out as far. When you back up, you wouldn't have quite as much to look around. You know, just see the next car, the car coming when you're backing out. Is there some set in stone why the angle is always the same?
I don't know.
Doesn't that first one, it was reduced to 65 degrees, so that's what it is right now. But and Green Street's diagonal too, right? I don't like the diagonal parking, but parking downtown is a mess already. If we take away half the spots, I don't know where people park, you know.
Well, yeah, we
Yeah.
surely don't want to do that.
Well, yeah.
You know, I mean,
yeah.
we
On
don't
a
want
Friday
to.
night, I
yeah.
mean, it is wall to wall from the railroad tracks, you know, all the way down almost. But yeah. I don't know what the answer is. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Some people really can
Right.
afford the parking lot.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
city parking lot.
Just keep driving around till one opens up.
I mean, the people that have costs.
Well, she could be getting older like I am getting. And I think I pulled in there just perfectly. I get out and I look, I said, what in the world did I have at least both eyes closed or what? Because you shouldn't have been there. Yeah.
Well, and the difference is it used to be cars. Well, now so many people have, you know, like,
Like you have trucks.
It's
Yeah,
too big.
and
Very big, yeah.
well, and even vans and stuff like that. It's just, you know, you used to have could see over the trunk, but nope, nobody has a trunk anymore. You know, so it's just really hard to see there. I don't know. The stop signs. The stop sign.
I mean, they have a parallel parking. Stores and whatever, but they have voice options.
They do.
Parking lots.
Yeah. We do too, honestly. You know, we've got the city parking lot, which is very seldom used. I mean,
Hardly anybody's
Oh,
ever
yeah,
in there.
yeah, you know, and, but
What about where House was? What if we make that a little parking lot? Right on Main Street, people
Tight
could
in
see
there.
it.
Get one car in there, maybe two.
that would be a total drive-through.
Well, we
Yes, I
yeah.
do. Well, I don't know what we're cutting out. We put it on the agenda to talk about, you know, and give you something to think about.
Signs. I got some.
Just don't read signs anymore.
No, Jay Jones. Nobody reads that.
So anyway,
In my opinion, I'd prefer to leave the parking in because of the businesses that need it.
Yep.
The bump out is an excellent idea down there on the four-way. You have to get that stop sign out where they can see it, and it also gives you, is that, you know, the car's gonna be parked there, they'll be, you can reduce your angle parking away from the corner a
Sure,
little bit.
which
yeah,
they will.
I would actually get rid of one of them for sure.
Mhm.
So
Um,
that's my opinion, I think you gotta keep it.
Can we maybe have signs directing people to let the side angle parking, like away from the stores, like those? You know, we have a few like sort of angle parking lots on
yeah.
the sides, maybe just putting a sign, like city parking or something. Or,
Sure, we could try that.
well, yeah.
Other
Is there a
signs?
sign for it? I don't even know.
Oh, I think so.
Oh.
But see, that's just it. You know, you don't.
Right, right. If you're not from here, you
Yeah,
don't know it's
yeah.
there. Maybe. So.
Well, we've even got stop signs and they blow them. So,
Well, I know they don't read that.
Yes.
But I like the idea of taking maybe one spot away from the corner, you know, then we would lose what, 4, spots in town. But
You mean one spot from the intersection?
yes,
angle
from each
spot.
of the intersections. Yeah.
So that one and that one.
Yeah. Oh, this one's like that. And then we'd just lose a couple, but we would gain some visibility, I think, Because do we have a lot of fender benders? I mean, I just can't believe there isn't one every day. But,
Yeah, I know last month there was two for sure.
okay.
Always when they're coming from
From
the
the
north.
north, yeah, yeah.
Sure.
Would they put rumble strips after?
But are they hitting the people that are backing out?
Mm-mm.
Backing out now, but there are any people that are going through the four, like going east.
Right at the four-way intersection,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a function of angle parking,
Yeah.
although taking a
Right.
spot away will help. But
Yeah.
All right.
I think
That'll
we
get-
just need some extreme rumble bumps. If you're coming from the north, right after those railroad tracks, just put.
Well, that railroad track ought to slow you.
Well, you would
Wow.
think, but
That's tough. All right, we'll move on then. We'll go on to item 9 then, no parking in 169 West Tilden.
Oh, yeah, that'd be that Crossroad Casey's on the north side of the road of Tilden, West Tilden and Reynolds. If you're coming from the south on Reynolds to get to that stop sign, there's always seems to be a bigger vehicle parked there right on West Tilden there. And it's the same thing. It's a blind spot. You practically have to go out halfway on the middle of the road before you can actually see the vehicles. I know.
oh,
Run
The boulevard.
the old
Locked down
waters
vehicles.
there,
Right, yeah.
going to your church.
yeah,
I
yeah.
know a month ago there was a motorcyclist that about got hit because the car coming from the south did not see the motorcycle until it was right there.
Mhm.
Because there was at that time an SUV parked there. Sometimes there's a truck parked there. I noticed today there's I think another SUV. You pretty much have from
And that's, they have to get out by backing out into the highway.
into the highway.
I thought it was illegal to, well, no, it's illegal to back out and cross lanes on the
Right.
highway, right?
Mhm.
But you could back out if you're going into the lane, backing into the lane, then you're gonna go ahead.
Right.
Okay.
And
So you're
that,
saying no parking at all, or just in the? for the
no,
most
I
part?
would say no parking at all in that spot. I
The
would,
boulevard.
in that boulevard. I would, it seems like years ago when my grandparents owned that building, there was no parking allowed at all on that boulevard.
Over there.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Well, even if you're walking, I mean, if you're walking on that side of the street, you have to walk out into the street before you even see what's coming. So I'm all for just taking those parking spots away. Because there's some around the side,
Yeah, there's enough
you know.
parking on the
Right.
west side of that building that
Right.
easily fit vehicles there. I'm not for sure how many people are in that apartment building, but there's enough parking there.
Well,
And
and they
even
could,
in the back
I
too.
know. Well, or in the bank lot. I mean, bank probably doesn't want to hear that, but you know, there's always spaces there.
Right.
The boulevard, I don't know that you need to change it by ordinance. I think you can just have it
Sign up.
sign up, no parking,
Oh.
council action, because it's not a street, it's a boulevard.
Okay. Do it.
So if you make a motion then to not allow parking into that boulevard,
Yeah, and then we'll get signage and
Yep.
paint yellow and.
Come next year when they redo the road, that boulevard might not exist anymore.
Yeah, we could.
When they do the changes or whatever.
Yep.
That's what you can tell people. We're just thinking ahead. They're going to take them away
Right.
anyway next year. So
ready, is there somebody who wants to make a motion to that effect then?
So moved.
Second? War. All those in favor say aye.
All right,
Opposed say no. Carry. All right. But on to item 10 then, policy on the speed cameras.
All right, so I am in the process with Lexipol on getting that policy into our Lexipol policy group. I gave them the information. I should have it here by the end. Sure. The only thing I want to bring up to your guys' attention is I did check it today. Cameras did go active on Wednesday, the 5th of last week. And as of right now, did everybody get the, what was that?
It was laid out for you.
Was it laid
There's one
out for you?
there.
under the lawyer thing.
So right now, at looking into it, they are going off of the 6 to 10, 10 to 15, 16 to 20. Checking at it, looking at today, from Wednesday up to today, it's at 969, or yeah, 969 between both cameras.
169 violation.
So,
I wonder how many times I'm on there.
and right now we're in the warning period, which is a month. But I need to know, do you guys want to keep it where it's at? Right, what's it going on
Based on the ordinance.
based
yeah.
on the ordinance, or go to what I put on to the side of it, to the right or to the left? Yeah,
I thought that was kind of the agreement we went into
Yep.
some discussion that you honored this one on the
Yep.
side.
that's all I need to know, and I can easily change it. It's not that big a deal.
So he's asking you because he's getting a policy
Yeah,
together of what he
right.
follows, right?
Right.
So I've been practicing on these yellow flashing lights, you know. I love them. They're just like a little game. You get down, you can see, right? Out of your eye, you can see that you made it.
Yellow
Okay.
flashing lights.
Those speed,
Shows you speed. You are driving.
warning about speeding.
Be the radar.
Yeah, this little red, not
The-
this
The
here.
one that tells you how fast.
Oh,
you're
Gives-
going.
gives you the
yeah,
speed.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it gives you the speed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the speed cameras, where's the bounce? Where's the line? They could look down the highway 3-4 miles going north on 51.
It's not going out that far, I can tell you that.
Okay,
I honestly, I don't know the line, but it doesn't go out a mile. I can tell you
it doesn't
that.
go out a mile. So if we know where the mile was,
So if you're at the, my guess, if you're at the intersection of 52 and 18 and you're speeding,
52 and 18, where's that at?
52 north
Yeah,
and 18 west,
yeah.
if you get to that intersection and you're going over the speed limit, you're probably going to be safe.
He's talking west.
I'm
You have to
west.
think west.
18
West,
west,
18,
and 51.
Or 52.
52. He's
It's
talking
the
I'm
west.
talking
same road,
west,
that's the same
yeah,
road,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So these yellow flashers that we have right now,
Mm-hmm.
why don't you put them out a mile ahead of the speed cameras?
And that would be out of our jurisdiction.
It's county.
That's county.
I see, where's your jurisdiction in?
51 or 52 and 18 is that's where we stop at. That's our,
It's just the 4-way stop.
No.
No, it's the Castile.
the Castelia Road. That's
Oh,
basically,
okay, go out there, okay.
yeah,
So 52 and 18, that's where your jurisdiction ends.
yeah. Then it'd be county.
Okay, so past that intersection of 52 and 18, there should be a flasher right there,
There's signs there.
right here. But if you really want, because people respond to
Just
those
drive the
flashing
speed limit. You'd have no
lights.
problems.
I mean, I want to know if we have the ability to move them in a position that will help people not be speeding. So that doesn't make, if you had that ahead of you and you still are speeding by the time you get to the traffic camera, you kind of deserve it. Okay?
The one thing about I do not think the DOT will allow you to put the flashing lights in.
Speed cameras.
Right. That's why
Why did they allow them in the first place?
that's why they allow traffic enforcement signs. Like say you go to Cedar Rapids, all you see is traffic enforcement. Photo enforcement.
Right.
Yep, that's all the DOT's allowing. Now, maybe next year with the legislation, maybe the DOT will say, well, you know what, let's go with the flashers. But as of right now, it's just a signage that is photo enforcement.
Well, there's the yellow sign that says like 45 ahead, isn't there? Or something that tells you to start.
Yeah, by
Across the train tracks, isn't it? I mean, there's something that
Yeah.
tells you that it's getting slower.
So,
Yeah.
so
By
does
Stephen
45
Martin
start at the
deserves
first place you see 45? Is that where you got to be at 45?
well, no, because there's a
It's the
sign
second
before
one, it's
right
the
past
next one.
Stan Martin's. I just noticed it today. It says speed reduced 45, and then once you get to the intersection of 52 and 18 is when it's 45, and then it goes to 35.
Okay, so there is north it is too, all right?
There are signs there that says
Okay, so
45.
that's not where you're going to get nailed. It's the next one in.
There is something to Larry. You're talking about the speed trailer with the flashing lights.
Right.
So there's like this one here on 51 state highways. I believe you're okay. But about 18 here U.S. highway because we had ours in Marmac down. Possibly as a law against that. If we approve the first do that.
I think they're very effective.
Yeah.
They get your attention more than a photo enforcement. So I'm trying to have it so that, I'd like to have it so that we're not doing this just to be a speed trap. Those yellow flashes would make you've been warned coming in. You've been warned by the yellow flashing light and you didn't get it. Therefore you deserve it. But
Well,
you still,
did
it
you ignore
makes
the
you aware that
lights?
you better
Right.
hit the brakes.
That's the same concept with the red flashing lights down here at the intersection with the stop sign, and people they don't obey those either.
You don't?
At the intersection down here at the four-way, they flash the red flashing lights. They don't obey them. That's why we have a lot of people that fly right
Nice
through the
stuff.
stop signs.
Not by Moose, not by Moose's driveway. Probably. Kind of a rolling.
I know you're on
So this is why I put this on the left is,
Is that what Ross had
Right.
mentioned, these are the numbers? we
Yep.
all mentioned?
so
And
it's,
what are special speed zones?
that's like, say, the construction zone. School zones, where they're, like, right now, where the cameras are located, there won't be any school zones, but come next year, there'll probably be construction zone. With,
Okay.
with,
Can we figure out where that 1 mile out of town is and 1 mile, it also gets you both ways, right?
mhm.
So it'd be 1 mile coming into town too.
They won't reach out a mile.
It's kind of like know the limit.
I don't know where the
Well, that
limit is at.
radar, as far as I know, anything that read, it doesn't go around the corner. It goes straight.
Right.
So if you take the one out west, once you round that corner where the well is at,
Mhm.
it's not going to get you because it can't.
Or we're talking on the way in or the way out.
Both directions.
'Cause you got,
Once you make that corner,
you got both corners. Yeah, you got that one corner
Yeah.
across from Casey's coming west. You got a corner there. It won't get you until you come around that corner.
Going towards Claremont.
Well, it captures the image as you pass the camera though, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need to know.
it's a straight shot.
I just
Yeah,
kinda wanna know
that's
the
as you
rules
pass the
of
corner.
get up in the morning trying to be a traffic violator. Darcy don't believe it.
Are you 900 of those 900?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
969. Wow. So we need a, no, we're good?
I don't think you are ready wanting anything right now, because he's still working on the
Oh,
policy.
No,
okay.
I'm just gonna, all I need to do is,
Just
He's
go
gonna
put
implement
that on there?
those in
All
the
right.
policy.
Okay.
So
I'm
you're good.
not trying to aid in the one that's fine, but people are gonna catch you in the community. They're gonna come up to the community, and you gotta be able to defend what we're doing a little bit. Yes, we did it. People may or may not like it. A lot of them don't like it. And you have to have a justification for why we're doing it. It's for safety. Is it for money? Yeah, maybe. It's just hard. It's hard to argue safety. People usually won't argue against safety, but they can still retaliate against you because they're mad. If you gave them this leeway on the left, that's pretty reasonable. I want to compliment you for sticking up for it. I wasn't sure that you'd stick with your guns. You never know.
Mhm.
Times change, and I keep track. That so far you're an honorable man. Okay,
all right,
I expect it to stay that way.
okay.
Before he was here, the representative, he was actually, it's just as a money making thing with the people. People didn't have tickets, stop speeding, and then the city wanted you. So that's not the goal at all.
This is the non-residents.
Well, still, they'll see the signs, but eventually, the goal isn't
Right.
a money increase. Eventually, the money's.
We
gonna go down.
can't make a budget on what we
Right.
think we might make here. No, we can't
The
do
goal
that.
is-
So,
I get earfuls out of the country.
I walk to daycare. I walk all the time from the library to pick my son up and see people blow by there at 50 miles an hour with little kids playing right next to
of course.
them. So there's your built-in safety.
But what people say to me is, there has never been an accident there, so why are you doing
So on whose
this?
head are we
You know,
going?
I said, well, we're trying to be proactive. So, yeah, well, yeah,
That area
that's what I
wouldn't be
said.
photo enforced.
Right.
Right, but they should already be slowed down from getting a ticket earlier.
I know. I know.
It's like I've mentioned this quite a few times that if you look at the statistics of the towns that have these systems, that it just falls off. First of all, your local folks are going to say, now they know, they know that you've got to slow down now because of this thing. And then the folks that are just blowing through, they're gonna, they
They're
will be,
threats to safety, yeah.
yes, yeah. But I guarantee you, it's like when you can sit down here at the stop sign, you know, and you see them go through the stop sign. Well, they're not going through the speed. They're over the speed limit when they're going through the stop sign. You know, as far as I know, there's a whole bunch of equipment out there. If you got GPS in your car, will tell you that you've
That's
got
right.
a trap coming up.
That's right. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think it was that when I come through Postville with one vehicle, it says photo enforcement ahead.
Yeah.
So
so
The angled parking.
I would hope so. Yes, yes.
Well, and it's just, you know, I've been on different boards and people come in and they say, people in this town walk. You know, I mean, there's always people walking someplace. For a lot of towns, people drive everywhere. Where here we just have a lot of people out walking.
All right. We good?
So this is just, is this something we vote on, or this is a suggestion?
No.
He's gonna put policy together. He's gonna use those numbers.
I mean, that's going to go on the policy and everything with those numbers.
When will we think the policy will be ready to start sending out?
I'm hoping by the end of this week I'll have it all in order in Mexico, and I'll get them out to you guys. So the whole policy.
And then we'll vote on it, and then we'll start sending out.
So it's
He just needed these.
I just needed the numbers. It's up already.
Policy.
Right now it's already in the active warning mode.
It's in.
And when will the real fines start? What day?
A month.
I know.
I would say I got to sign off with these numbers. So tomorrow, once they put them in,
So August 10th.
August
A
10th,
month.
August 11th,
So they're not gonna get a monthly warnings with these numbers. You have a monthly warnings with the numbers that are in there, right?
no, with those numbers.
So with these numbers,
Yep.
that's what you have to do.
Yep, that's the ones I'm switching over.
We're gonna get a month of warning on these?
Yep.
We're in the
August
month.
5th to September? No, for right
No,
now.
we're
no.
in the month.
Right,
Oh,
We'll move on. Item 11, resolution number 1398-23, a resolution requesting the Albuquerque County Board of Supervisors to place the question of local option sales tax imposition on the election ballot. What's that all mean, Darcy?
Yep, so your local option sales tax is due, has a sunset, which means it will be expiring in 2025, which means it needs to be on the ballot this fall. Currently, 50% of the local option we receive goes to your streets, 50% goes to public safety. We'd like to continue that 50-50 if the taxpayers agree. However, we did remove the sunset clause, which doesn't mean that you can't change what you're allocating it towards down the road, but it's just so that we don't have to continuously
It'll
put it
be
on
in
the
there,
ballot
it'll be in there forever till we change.
unless you change it, yeah. So we did remove the sunset clause. We did leave the allocations the same, if you're all in agreement. So you'll pass this resolution and it'll go to the supervisors for them to put on the ballot this fall.
What's the public safety?
Public safety would be your police department. We pay wages, training. I think we have one officer that's actually assigned to the local option budget. So it pays for one whole officer. And then the other half goes to the streets. When we do street repair, we use road use funds and local option sales tax. So
I'll change that.
and if you want to change it, now's the time, but it's been 50-50. And it would be tragic if this didn't pass, and it would be difficult. So it's important.
it's never unanimous, I don't think.
No,
There's
I'm
always
sure
some
not.
people that,
I mean, as times change and the need for public safety gets greater, is that your grand option of that not voting this down, but just changing the percentage. that
Certainly,
everybody
yeah,
realizes.
yeah, that is something that can be brought back up, yeah.
I think with all the talk that we've been having about to hire another police officer and things like that, I don't know if that would sort of under the public safety, but maybe it's something worth discussing, like as Postville's changing, or the need arises.
Yeah.
Is that something you could use for that, or like to
Yeah,
make that
um,
spot or something?
We'd have to look at how it affects your street department because that money is used for street repairs and construction. So
Well, not a big change. I
Yeah.
mean, like 90-10, but I mean,
it still would be it still would affect that other department. So you just would have to look at if that's something you're willing to give up and reallocate more to one entity. But right now it's a 50-50 split.
Right now, one department can't get mad at the other department. Doesn't.
Do you know off the top of your head know how much we get from that?
We budget a little over 200,000 a year.
Oh,
We get, yeah, we saw a larger increase with when the people started paying tax, local water sales tax, and that when they were doing online, we saw an increase. It was so yeah, average is over 200,000, a little over 200,000 a year.
okay.
Presence of Quick Star and Dollar
Yep,
General.
that
make a difference,
makes
I would guess.
that does make a difference.
But the stuff that Ziegler sells probably won't have a sales tax on it.
Well, they'd be selling parts and things out there. Yeah, we certainly would get local option
It
sales
should be.
tax.
Yeah,
Farmers don't
and
pay
you're-
sales tax on
No, but
parts.
lawn and garden
Yeah.
stuff and
Okay,
Parts,
construction companies, the Zables and
Mhm.
the big,
Yeah,
vehicles, that way,
anyone shopping in town. Yeah.
big, you bet.
big sales tax,
But we're not doing it for the money.
This one here we are.
What's next?
So I need a motion.
Oh, yeah, we need a motion to accept the,
Adopt.
adopt the
Move
resolution.
to adopt
Yep.
that resolution. 1398-23.
Okay, second,
I'll second.
Okay, Darcy.
Engstrom,
Yes.
Mar, Moore.
All right, thanks. Item 12, ordinance number 711-23, an ordinance relating to the water rates.
So this is your ordinance with the 1% increase from your last meeting's direction.
And that was a 1%.
That is a 1%.
Yeah. Questions, comments?
So it's about a penny a gallon.
That's a-
If you look at the first one, would that be about a penny a gallon? That's 1.3 places to the left
Correct, yep.
per 1,000
Yep,
gallons?
per thousand, yeah. So you would add, so most residential meters, just for your own knowledge, are 5/8. So you would add the 5/8 1096 to a residential fire component, which is 546. So that is a base. Divide that by 1,000 gallons, that would be anything 1,000 gallons or less.
Okay.
So that's right off the top. Then anything over 1,000 gallons is $2.56. So divide that by 1,000. That's how it calculates. So that would be the residential and commercial commodity rate. Commodity rate over 1,000
Oh,
gallons,
okay.
$2.56.
That clinic, what's our rate? for that clinic?
I don't know. I'd have to see. I'd have to look up what your meter size is, and you would be paying a commercial rate.
Can I prove something?
I can. Yep.
Just curious.
Okay. Yep.
Let's see, like, ran a lot of water. Okay,
Right.
So I'll need a motion to approve. Or,
Approve ordinance 711-23.
Second?
Awesome.
Okay.
First, whatever.
Ingstrom,
Yes.
Mar,
Yes.
Moore.
Yep.
Okay, and if you want to waive the second and third, need a motion to do so, otherwise it would go
So
to,
moved.
okay?
Wait, we
Moore.
move, we wait for a second.
Right, is there a second?
Awesome.
Ingstrom,
Yes.
Mar,
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
All right, there we go. Good to go. All right, item 13, then second reading on ordinance 710-23, an ordinance amending chapter 3, municipal infractions of the Postville, Iowa Code of Ordinances.
So you did review this at the last meeting, you had your first reading, however, it didn't pass due to supermajority, so you're having a second reading. I did make a correction on that, I made that change.
Oh, okay, yeah, good.
So this would be your second. If you're okay with it, I need a motion to approve.
Have a couple clarifications. Animal trap, does that mean people cannot put out live traps?
Oh, I think that's if you're illegally trapping, right?
Yeah.
If you're illegally trapping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would be.
Like,
Setting traps to catch.
like, say, dog proof or foothold traps.
Yeah.
That not the live traps.
You're talking about, like, if you had woodchucks.
Yeah.
That a live trap. Well,
Don't
I
tell
know
us
they're
if you
tough to
don't.
catch.
Yeah, I use paw traps on the farm, but
Right.
so hardly ever bait in the house. But you couldn't use a paw trap on for woodchucks.
Unless you want to catch your neighbor's cats and
Well, that's
dogs.
true. That's kind of right. But using live traps, they caught coons and possums and cats and
Yeah.
so
That-
farm.
Non-target animals are hard to. Chucks they're all hard to catch.
Right.
I mean, I've done it a couple times with just live traps, but they're hard.
Wiley.
Yeah, I got a secret to catch them. I can tell you later.
Golden Bell, right?
No, they don't make that strong enough anymore.
They don't use that.
The other one was riding abreast. That means you could ride one behind the other, but you can't ride side by side.
That on the bicycle. I'm assuming that would be,
That'd be like if I'm on the handlebars and you're pedaling.
yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't happen.
It doesn't mean that you're riding side by side. You're like, her and I are riding a bicycle down the street.
Right.
That's not flaggable, right?
No.
Well, it would be if you're on the business district. You can't ride your bike on the business district,
On the sidewalk.
on the sidewalk.
Yeah. I think I would say this one should be raised up.
Oh,
Right.
Even this past week, I heard that all the cities are raising it to 250.
you must raise your-
Oh.
Just this past week or last week, I heard there's a lot of cities that are changing that to minimum 250, but it can be, anywhere from 100 to 250. For the
Fireworks.
No clarification on which fireworks we're talking about. No, not the ones from, I mean, in the full.
One's like, let's report.
Yeah, it'd be whatever
Everyone.
force. This is, police enforcement. They're writing a citation. Whatever they think is a nuisance or there's a problem, right?
Uses or explodes display fireworks. That's what we need people on off of.
Yeah.
So like your sparklers, you're fine.
Yeah.
Your snakes
Yeah.
are fine.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So if you want to make that change, now's the time, but then I would let it go.
Probably would do that. So the suggestion was to raise that fireworks to 250.
That's what most cities are going to now. And it's cutting back. I know this feel we're gonna cut back on a lot of fireworks being lit off in town. There's a lot of people in towns don't really, yes, in Iowa, the fireworks are legal. But a lot of people in cities don't realize that you still have to have a special permit from the city council in order to have them lit off at your property in town. Now, they're legal in Iowa, but if you want to light them off in
City
town,
limits.
city limits,
You have to
you
follow.
have to get a permit. It's a month, isn't it?
Mhm. Yeah, and you have to have like major liability
Yeah.
insurance. and
Yeah.
all that.
If my neighbors have that.
They blowing them off?
Oh, I see.
Huh.
The 5th, the 6th, the 7th.
Yeah, and some towns even go to where they have dates where if
Right.
they have the permits,
Right.
they can, this is your time frame that you can light the fireworks off. Then after that, after that date, then it's automatic fine.
Okay. Do a lot of people come in and get those?
No,
I haven't seen it since
never since I've been here.
the Eagle Eyes part-time, I never saw it.
No.
I changed that to not on leash. It said animal on leash.
I think you bought that last month.
Animals not on leash.
2 years of indoor furniture, that's we have a.
Yep.
Where, on the front porch?
I have indoor furniture outside. We serve people for that all the time.
I was, but I thought it sounded.
I mean,
We don't want to
Wow.
be
it's just got
concerned.
the.
Well, you know, like if you throw your couch out, you're sitting on it outside. And like,
And so some aesthetic.
yeah.
The same
Mhm.
thing.
Basically, I'm assuming if it rains
Yeah.
and then it starts to mold and mildew and
Mhm.
I think Farmersburg has that in their ordinance. Well, Andy has. Babies in the front lawn, there's one big enough front lawn, there's couches in the front, on the front lawn. In Missouri.
Getting closer.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So the suggestion was fireworks 250. Think it?
Golf cart and UTVs, is that a registration thing or what?
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to register those
I should have my UTV registered with the
with
city.
with the DNR.
Yeah, I get that.
The golf courts though are the city. $50. You have to have license, proof of
for
insurance.
sure.
I have to pay $50 to bring my golf cart into town.
Drive your golf cart around town. It's $50.
Or if I just drive it out in the field.
But you do that, but yeah, on the city streets and so it's $50. Yeah.
That's fine.
So what was the fine on
Not
$50.
that? $50.
I think we better up that to 100.
Yeah, if the fine's the same as the permit.
And I think
Good point.
we own, what is it, 3 per, I think 3
3.
this year, yeah, same people.
Decent passengers.
Seats and passengers.
What is that?
We got more passengers.
7603.
Oh,
Like,
that's
people on
again
seats and
gotta be
See,
7603.
And mowing adjacent public streets.
I'm assuming that's meaning blowing the grass on the street.
Yeah. Mhm.
I see that happen.
We send letters for that all the time.
Double riding restricted.
All righty. So any more discussion? But since we're going to change at least one figure there, we probably should go to the third reading.
I need a motion to approve the second reading with the change to fireworks to 250.
Okay,
That motion,
Yep.
so move.
second.
Ingstrom,
Yes.
Mar,
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Item 14. Police sergeant position. Man,
Okay, I've been thinking about this for a while. For appointing one of my officers a police sergeant position. With things that's been going on in the town of Postville, I feel the need that we need another like second in command in case I'm not available or it can't be reached. There's nobody to go to contact. For instance, for calls this year, up year to date today, for 2023, our call log last year, 22, we had 938. This year we're at 1,174 calls, so we've increased 25% on our call ratio. And I think I talked to my 3 officers last week. I set it out on the table how I'm going to go approach this if it's approved. That if there's interest in it, they can come talk to me, and they will be a sergeant test taken. Say if there's 2 that wants to do it, they'll be taking the test, or all 3 of them want to do it, or 2 of them want to do it. To determine who with that spot, it'll be basically a sergeant test for that position.
I think it's a good idea. I just don't want to make some animosity between our officers. KT and the rest of you guys, I mean, they're not all here, but how can we know that they're okay with this? I think this is called divisiveness amongst, they're a pretty close knit bunch. There's only 3 of you.
Right.
You plus 3.
Right. And then I know one for, and one of the officers is a no, doesn't want to do it. I'm not for sure on the other 2, but that's why I'm throwing that out there for the testing portion.
I mean, that maybe there's subjectivity.
Right. I feel that there's a need for it, especially if we, which I'll talk about later, but if we do get another officer hired on, there's going to be more on the force and more. Basically, the sergeant spot, a lot of it would be like a night sergeant supervisor aspect of it, especially if you go 24 coverage for the town. Get rid of the on-call stuff. Maybe a 24-hour coverage game. And we're going to need that. Because like as of right now, if I'm unavailable or can't get a hold of, their go-to is the next person in command and be Mr. Mayor. We had that discussion a month ago when I was going on vacation for a week. Luckily, nothing happened, but I think you were a little nervous when I said that you're the go-to guy, right?
Yeah.
So they're not stretched thin enough for what you take on extra.
They will be like for instance, the cameras. There'll be 2 people assigned to the cameras, me and the sergeant. Viewing them, just be us 2. Staff or basically the sergeant will start doing the scheduling more, working on that. Sure, like records, case files, reports, checking reports, like that, if need to be submitted.
Is there an official sergeant's test or?
Yeah.
Okay,
There is.
so you don't
Um,
have to reinvent the wheels.
Right, no.
Okay.
What I was thinking was go back, did you ever find that, old contract or whatever?
It wasn't a contract. So back when Halsey was chief, we did have a sergeant position. I don't know if some of you remember that. Yeah. And we paid them $1 more an hour. I was just asking whether we have to advertise, for the position. That's something I need to ask the city attorney about tomorrow when he calls. He always calls on Tuesdays after your council meeting. Questions I had for him.
Well, I would think we would have to pay more, than the others too, because they're added responsibilities, so.
Right, it'd be kind of like the water gap for the city with the $1 increase for the licensing and extra stuff he's working on. Kind of the same thing.
Is it $1 increase in that to compute with that out of the town?
As right now, yeah, but like the sergeant one aspect, I want to, all possible, leave it in house. You know what I mean? Don't think you'll see someone at this status from another department come down. And assuming this status in a different area is probably, I would say, more than $1 increase.
Just keep it in-house. I mean, is that legal to not advertise the position?
Those are questions I have for
Okay.
the city attorney. I don't know that.
Would be that motion, or? Create a position of police sergeant and offer that to just offer it whatever way that we have to offer, in-house or out-of-house.
Does this go like from one to?
No, this doesn't do anything. No.
Remember?
No, I'm waiting for a second.
No,
I'm
no,
listening.
yeah.
I can't second it.
I'll second it.
All right. Any further discussion? Not all those in favor say aye. Opposed, say no. Carried. All right. Item 15 is the consent agenda. Anything in there you want to talk about, folks?
I have one thing I'd
Oh,
like
yeah.
to just share with you from the zoning administrator. I received a application for a building permit last week to put shipping containers on the lots of 270 West Tilden, which would be the commercial lot across from the daycare on the corner there on the state highway. Your zoning code, we changed to not allow those in the residential districts, but we did not make any changes to them being in commercial or industrial zones. I just wanted to make you aware of it because I think this is a permit that I'm going to have to issue. They're looking at 20 of them, 160 by 40, and they assured me that they would all be the same color and look nice.
So they're just gonna park them there, or?
They're going to be for storage. Storage.
They'll be lined up in some orderly fashion.
Yeah, 2 rows, yeah. They wanted to be able to move them if they get the lot sold, but right now the lot's not generating them any income, so they want to put these shipping containers to be advertised as storage
Like a
units.
self-storage thing?
So I just wanted to make you aware of that. Okay?
So the way it is.
Alright.
Any other discussion?
Oh, I have one, I guess. Needing some input from you guys on how to, or what do we need to do to entice people to come work here in Postville for the PD. I know we have that grant. That was, what is it? It's a 3-year grant.
3-year clock is ticking now.
Yeah, because we're on, what are we on? We're on the first year, is it? And right now I am not receiving any applicants. I'm lost. I want to know what you guys have, any ideas, any input, anything will help on maybe enticing people to apply and come work here. I mean, but the benefits we have here, I believe, with the officers now, the benefits are good. The package that they have, they like that. But it's been going on when they opened it up last year, probably about this time maybe. And but it's not just, not just Postville, but it's all around.
Oh, it is? It's not just.
No, it's
Okay.
struggling.
Okay.
It's a local town. They opened up the position. They had 2 applicants, didn't work out. Now they reopened the position again. So they're struggling as well.
Would you say that it's because these towns have to compete with the county and their wages, the blue bill?
I think a lot of it has to do with that. With the back the blue bill, with the competing with the county and the state level. A lot of it. Another thing is I know some towns are offering a incentive of like a $5,000 sign-on bonus or a $10,000 sign-on bonus.
Is
But
it helping?
it's working.
Okay.
It's getting people there. Another thing which we discussed is a lot of people that are non-certified, they get hired on, but then the city's require them to sign a contract. Well, maybe that contract's kind of scaring them. They don't want the contract, but then if you get rid of the contract, they get out of the academy and then boom,
Yeah.
they're jumping ship and they're moving on somewhere else right away. So basically, the city is paying for their schooling and they're moving on. I don't know, maybe reduce the years on the contract. Sign on bonus. Right now I'm just lost for words. I guess I don't know what the right answer is. I'm looking for ideas. Because I know right now with the calls that we're having, if it stays at this rate, there's going to be a lot of burnt out officers.
See online sometimes they say like they have hired a certain wage, like if you are certified in a certain
Right.
wage, if you're not yet.
Yep.
I think maybe it scares a lot of people.
And-
I think to have to be.
Right. And at one time, here, actually Postville was, in just Northeast Iowa, was the top paying town for wages. That was 3 years ago. Or yeah, that would have been 3 years ago.
Huh.
But now everybody around us, around the town, saw that happening, so they jumped up. So they're up here and we're down here. So we got to work. We got to climb up that ladder again to get up there to compete.
It's a lot of competing for workforce. I
Right.
think not only in law enforcement. I mean, I
Right.
think it's all around.
Yeah.
So with this new position, we need to do something to entice people to come here.
Okay, there'll be things we've talked about a little bit, but I have some other ideas. As far as, I know every profession has the way that it gets its word out. I know you've already got it on where you post it. As your super awesome benefits package. Just like really makes this appealing for us to share out all over on social media, and just to get the word out a little bit more. I know that doesn't solve the pay problem, but just getting it to a larger audience of people potentially. Town maybe.
I mean, we're on the LE website. We're on the Academy website. We're on the DPS, or not DPS, the state website. That's been on there for a long time.
Right. That's only gonna reach people who are already actively looking for jobs. And
These are actually going out to colleges too, where the people are getting out of, like, say, police science or criminal justice. They have the degrees. They're actually getting reached out as well, going to those type college-based. I know we locally we had it on our website still. We had it in the newspaper, and we're not getting any locals. No interest.
I still think it's worth putting it on social media. It's free.
Which is, yeah, that would
You
be.
could come to the library. I can help you do it. I can make you a super sleek poster.
There you go.
Okay.
He'll be
All
there
right.
tomorrow.
I don't want tomorrow.
Oh, okay. He'll be there Wednesday.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
It's not, I'm
That,
not saying it's gonna solve this, but the more
Well-
you get it out.
it's a solution. I mean, it's a suggestion, so.
Yeah, we'll look at that real quick. I'd say if we take some of that,
So something to think about. If you come up with any ideas.
Yeah.
let us know.
let me know.
Okay.
Would appreciate it.
Well, certainly the incidents with don't help, you know.
Right.
I mean,
That's right. None of that helps. That's a fact. Okay. Any other discussion on this consent agenda? If not, let's have a motion to approve the consent agenda.
someone-
Firefighters have to still live within Postville city limits since we changed the law.
There's
There
been
was no,
nothing.
not
They
on,
never had to.
No.
not on volunteer, no. Just gotta give firefighter one status within a year of, the department in hazmat ops, so they need to be within a year. And be U.S. citizen and valid driver's license. Yep.
They can't be permanent resident. They have to be citizen.
Permanent resident of Iowa,
Okay.
What we doing? Get it?
I got a motion, no second yet.
Oh, second.
No.
Second? Did you second, Larry?
Yes, I'll second it.
Okay.
Any further discussion? We're okay with that answer?
Yes.
All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Now that's different. I don't want to say yay, nay. All right. Those opposed say no. What item 16 then, resolution for money to pay the claims. Second. All right, Darcy, whenever.
Angstrom,
Yes.
Mar,
Yes.
Moore.
All right, thank you. Item 17 is more public comment. Anything, you guys?
Well, did you do the diversity garden one that's on
That's should
Facebook?
be,
Oh.
that's hosting it.
Yeah. Did you do that poster?
I might have told.
Oh, that was very nice. That was very nice.
Yes.
We're having an open house. We'd like to go see it. You can go down on that.
Think what it was.
So,
Oh, that meeting tomorrow, was it? With the developer that was in there, like walk-ons, I would
I don't think so. I don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out because we're getting to the mayor's report and Darcy and I were talking about things I'm supposed to bring up and I didn't write them down.
Oh,
Yeah.
Agra, that little note I wrote. On Tuesday.
Oh yeah, did you see that, you guys?
About, I'm trying to schedule an inspection at the industrial plant with Agra. And they said that Tuesdays work best for them. And I just wanted to share that with you. If anyone's interested in joining in on seeing that plant, let me know and I'll let you know when we have that scheduled. Or I contact you then when I have that scheduled.
I would be interested.
Okay.
Yeah, we got that one figured out. Okay. And honestly, I don't have anything else. I don't think so. Council folks, you got anything?
Anything on your police recruitment thing? You know, how we get our success in getting veterinarians to come here and stay here, so that you get them, maybe before they enter vet school. But there's a fairly number of population of people who, some are Hispanic, some not, but have served in the military that are living. I mean, my neighbors, Egan Guerrero and some of them, who I'm very proud that so many people, when you see the number of people that have served recently from Postville high school graduates, I'm just wondering if that isn't your pipeline that you pursue.
Yeah, we look at that too. I mean, that's all military. We probably promoted to bring them in, but there you go. Or do they want to go that route? Like times are changing.
No, but have you asked
Yeah,
those say in the last 10 years graduates who are
there
coming
is
went to the military, now are out. Sometimes they may feel like, well, I can't do it, or it's not for me, or I'm not up for it, or I'm not cut out to be that. They may be more cut out than they realize.
right.
And you've made a camaraderie amongst yourself and the officers on your staff. They might enjoy that camaraderie,
Right. Yeah, the door's open. If you know of anybody that has interest, that's the door's open.
Send them Matt's way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you get the list?
What's that?
How do you get a list of those people? I don't know all of them. How do you get a list? Through
Well,
the
I would go to the courthouse, go to Veterans Affairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it may be in a 4-county area Veterans Affairs.
Mm-hmm.
Find out who's recently served, or could be even in the reserves now. They're into Trevor Benson is in the Army Reserves now. Didn't know that until I went to the wedding this weekend. And there it was, and we're excited about their going on deployment. And it actually, I'm surprised how long it takes before they go on employment. They train
Oh, you bet.
for
Yes.
like almost a year before they go out on the actual employment. And I think it was to, I don't know, some Middle Eastern country. But anyway, like who would have thunk it,
Mm-hmm.
Those are the, like they put experience or whatever it says in that thing. But maybe time served in the military could be considered as, as
Well, I know
it says
a lot of
equivalent
them
to whatever.
with the military police, we
Right.
used to get a lot of those, but
Right.
they're moving on to county and state
Right.
because of the right.
I mean,
Yep.
if we can tell them that way, it says any equivalent combination of education and experience, even if they weren't in the military.
Right.
police,
I mean, we're
maybe we could consider
we're,
military.
equal opportunity employer. And I mean, that's so. I think we want to. The door's open.
Any other discussion, you guys? Not, is there a motion to adjourn? Second?
I'll-
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those say no. Carried. Thanks, everybody.